That's better. I try to look good for you. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. We got war crimes on the county line. There's sunshine on your backside. You got 100 lies to ease your mind, and now there's one less sucker for you to fight. We got high tides to the left and right. We take advice of the highest price. We got 100 eyes in every shape and size. There's always someone with a bigger appetite. Monetize the human rights. Took us back in time with a little rewind. You got 100 flies for everyone that dies, so don't act surprised when we don't compromise. It's been a long day. I didn't think we were going to be jamming, but I think, yeah. Almost in tune. All right. That was a song called Boogie Down with your friends in the bathroom while everybody else is in the kitchen. And boogie down while you can, friends. I'm telling you that right now. It's not worth it if you can't do it. It's not worth it, I guess. I don't believe in nothing, not even you, not even me or the word believe. I don't believe in dictionaries, mama, oh, but I believe in you. I don't believe in asphalt, I don't believe in trees. Nope. I'm not gonna believe in anything your mouth tells me no, darling. I'm not gonna believe in Santa Claus. I'm not gonna believe in the tooth fairy no more, since I lost my front tooth. All I want for Christmas is my one front tooth. Oh shit. And that's the truth, everybody. I dropped my pick. Oh golly gosh, that's part of the song. I dropped my pick. I dropped my pick. And that's something to go home and tell mama all over again. She'll pull out the other one. Is that right, Mama? I love you. Yeah. No, I love you. Yeah. You're good. We're good. How's everybody doing? What is happening out there? I guess I did come on a little early. I said I was gonna actually come on at 7, but I wanted to like come and just warm up, count my blessings, make friends with, well, seemingly nobody, but you'd be surprised. Wondering why my hair does this. It's like a cowlick of some kind, and I don't quite understand it, but I love it and I hate it. So I went to the mall the other day, and I was asking these people about like the price of gas, and they didn't understand what I was trying to say. And I feel like I'm being interrogated. God damn it! Get... Hi everybody. My name's Story Grub. I'm here to talk about art and music and life and death, but mostly art and death. Probably in that order. You can't have one without the other. There's a sense of urgency that comes with life because of death. There's a smell in the air, a canter, a display of negativity, and also a spot that you don't want to be in a predicament, right? So you gotta go down to the cellar with the back. Hold on. I thought I was being watched. Gotta go back down to the cellar where nobody's watching. Dig the holes. I regard the first half of the tunnel dug. All you've got to do is do the rest. I can't go the rest. I'm so goddamn claustrophobic now. I don't want to go back down there ever again. But I bought the support beams. Everything's fine and dandy. All you got to do is dig about 10 meters. This is we're in London, right? This is London. I'm not. But yeah, in Australia, that's what it's like as well. And they really bite back. Oh, they definitely bite back. Hello, everybody. Is somebody commenting? I can't look. It's too far away. Oh, I could get closer. Hold on. Hold on. Just give me a... Oh. Give me a second. Hold on a second. Here. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hey. Hold on. Oh. Oh. Hey. I appreciate that. I thought it was more urgent. This is a little awkward. Oh. Do you believe in Santa Claus? I think you do. Do you believe in Santa Claus? Like I do every day of the year. I believe he's out there watching over me, like a big fat man that flies around in the air. Somewhere out there, there's reindeer too, giving him a call, banging every number, pulling him through. And there's a reindeer out front with a blasting red light for a nose, and his name nobody knows. So sad. It's too bad about that one. That was the year Santa and all of the reindeer died. I'm sorry. Sometimes there's not a happy ending. And sometimes the ending is just what it is. It's the end. And everything must begin again. You know what I mean? Sorry, I've been drawing, so this happens a lot. Whew. It's not really funny. I mean, I'm gonna get where it's gonna be funny. Right? This way. Why so dark? Gone. Why so dark? Dark. Oh, I've been getting more sun. I went to the beach. I lifted up my pants. See my ankles? They're a lot darker than they were since Tuesday, for example. Like, that's right. No, No? Just dark? Okay? Glasses are just dark. I don't understand. Oh. I wouldn't call it good, mate. Goes in one ear and out the other. Mostly it just gets clogged in my arteries. And that's what I should call my club. Story Grub and the Artery. The last remaining one that I've got left. The final blissful ending that any decent artist could hope for and wish for. Alright. Do you want to see something? I'm going to show you something. Where'd it go? This is my puppet. His name's Larry. And he's a psychopath. Absolute wacko. Wacky. Talk about a wacky backy. Chacky. Whatever the hell they call themselves. What? I don't want to talk about it. What? Don't quit your day job. What? You're just gonna say what? What? No, son of a bitch. What? Stop, okay? That's really, really annoying. What? It's really me saying that. But I made him out of a milk carton. And then somebody the other day was ridiculing me about the other one and saying, what is that, made out of a vacuum head? And I was like, oh, dang. Just get a vacuum like head, put cloth around it, some eyeballs. You got yourselves a little army of miscreants. Critters from another litter. You guys crack me up. Oh. You were telling your daughter about me. You were saying, stay away from... No, sometimes it's best to be an example of what not to be sometimes, right? It's better to burn in a house fire than to fade away into the night. Go out with a bang, I say, maybe a burn. Go out with a burn, right on the bum. Oh, a burn on the bum, right? Yeah, what? Hi, everybody. I am a puppet. Story Grub is odd. Can I say that? Yeah, you can say that if you want. What happened to your voice? Nothing. Nothing happened to my... Why did you say that? Well, you sound a lot like me. I am you, Story. I am... Stop, that's creepy. Sorry, it's just stupid. We're just having fun over here. How about the dark grub stories? Dark grub stories? Sometimes it's good to think better about yourself. Oh, did you hear that? I heard it. I think I heard myself reading it, but I didn't hear it. I read that, and then I got that. Well then, what were you asking then? I forgot. You threw me off, as you always do, because you always change the subject. In the middle of a sentence, in the middle of a conversation, you change the damn subject. And you do it all the time. Ever since the day I was born. You were born in like August. Well, it's almost my birthday then. You're gonna get me something. Yeah, maybe a new accent, because that one sucks. It keeps changing. What? It keeps changing. I don't have ears. Proper ones anyway. Like I put ears on you little fins. You little fins. And they move. They'll stick out and they sting. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Hey, you want to be recommended one of the best movies ever made? Go watch The Predator. 1987. Was it 87? I'm pretty sure it was 87. I could be wrong. Oh, 86. Sometimes it's... I already read that one, but I'll read it backwards this time. Yourself about better. Think... Oh, there we go. People judge... Like, you got that right. There are way worse people and weirder people than you. I love you. I absolutely... I never really thought about it like that. One second. Do not ugly cry. No ugly crying. Mm. Okay. Okay. No, we're. Yep, we're good. Okie dokie. Maybe we should draw for a little bit. What do you say? Oh gosh. I don't know where that came from. But I know where we're going. Do not. I'm working on my fifth chin. Check it out. Hold on. You can look at the ceiling. We're in the back rooms now. Falling into the back. Oh, shit. Oh, I dropped that. That's never coming back. I'm never going to be able to find that. I saw where it went, but I'm going to reach down. It's going to be gone. It's not going to be where it dropped. I know that much. I'm not that stupid. Oh, damn it. Sorry, folks. Hope it's not too loud. Okay. Who were you with? Where do you come from? Why do you look so familiar to me? We're gonna find out everything we can about you, you son of a gun. Give us back our donuts. Let's get serious. I mean, come on. People don't come to see my ugly mug. They come to see my ugly art. And I'll move the camera in just 1 second. And now starts the marathon. I'm gonna draw until I die. That's why I got a bloody hanky. Oh gosh. To ward off the evil spirits. But they've come, my friends. They have come. And they are here to stay. But, it's like my friend was saying, I do believe in balance, in a good old-fashioned balance. Which means I believe that there's also a lot of good out there. Sorry for the ugliness here. Hold on just 1 second. Hey, what is that? What am I focusing on there? Strange. And I'll make it better. You gotta fight the darkness sometimes. Only way to get out alive right before you pass on. What's that? This is... There we go. I don't know if that's gonna work. I was drawing this face earlier. Thanks for being so positive. I appreciate that. Just so you know, I play all these different I try to just kind of play all these weird characters and just say the first things that come off the top of my mind. I don't necessarily I don't necessarily believe everything that I'm saying or feel everything. But you'll know I do when I say it though. But I do appreciate the support and the kindness. The kindness. And I could draw lips. Believe it or not, I'm actually a pretty positive person most of the time. I work at a gas station. It's called FU, everybody. Gas prices are high. I'm gonna bury you in the sand. It's on the freeway on the way to Scottsdale. I don't know what I'm talking. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have said that. No, but seriously, I just got off a ship. Big old fat pirate ship. That's what it felt like anyways. And I started my own company. It went downhill fast, or should I say it sank. it sank really fast. It was well, I bought a pontoon, and it wasn't seaworthy at all. It was actually written on the side of it says, "Do not take it into the ocean or you will die." And I still did it like an idiot. And I took my entire crew, my all of my family, and all their friends and family, and like so on and so forth. There were 77 people on my pontoon. It was a 12 by 6 foot pontoon. And, well, you know what, you can kind of imagine what would happen next. We were passing under this kind of like rocky cliff face, and a bunch of rocks came down and hit us all. We were totally fine, but the rocks, they just came crashing in for some reason. And 72 people passed away that day from rock boulders hitting their heads. The pontoon was fine. Yeah, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But a testament to the pontoon. The safety of the pontoon was just absolutely gorgeous. But now I feel like I am all of those 72 people wrapped into one body. So I just can't. I'm not. What? Huh? I mean, you know what I mean? Sometimes I just want to talk, and nobody wants to listen. I just gotta let it out. You just gotta let it out sometimes. So many eyes. Heck yeah, gods. Well, I like to think that we are all gods. We've all got a little god in us. It's your god. Use it when you want it. Right, right, right. I like to think that anyways. I look at people. I used to ride the bus in Portland all the time, all over the place, walk all over that city. Barefoot through the broken glass and dead bodies. Like an angel in hell. But I really did walk around. I used to live in Portland, and I love Portland, but you know, you get used to stuff, and it's tragic, and but you still gotta walk through some crazy stuff to get to where you're going. Sometimes you gotta stop to make sure people are alive. Mandy, I do remember. It's the more you, yeah, I'm trying to remember. Obviously there's always just people coming and going, which I love, you know. Because I imagine there's a lot of people on here that are like super young when they come across this channel, and that's why I try to be, you know, helpful and artistic, and I teach them about death and destruction and taxes and taxidermy while they can, before the world ends anyways. You see, I never got to be a taxidermist, so I just kind of push it on everybody else to hopefully do it for me. I want to live vicariously in Valhalla with all of you, eventually. No, I'm not in a hurry. Oh, why am I gotta lift this thing up. Busting out the last Sharpie in the box. Passerby are in the same community here. Yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah. Thanks, Mandy. It's good to see you. I hope you've been well. God's child. Thank you very much. I draw what I see. It's all I've ever done, my friend. It's all I've ever wanted to do. This is my friend Sleepy Seahorse's music. Sleepy Seahorse. Sometimes you just got to draw those lines in the sand in order to know where you truly stand. You know what I mean? You gotta push yourself to the extreme ends of your own mind and heart and soul. Or not, whatever. It's completely up to you. It's whatever. I'm not here to preach. Create a page just with pictures of your drawings so you can help people in the right profession. Well, I do have like an Instagram. I think it's called Instagram Loves Story Grub on Instagram.org.feed.instagram.com. I know it's long, but it'll get you right there. I'm joking, of course. Or if you just Google Story Grub, just check out what pops up. There will be a lot of stuff that pops up. I'm kind of, I mean, I'm kind of a big deal. No, there's a lot of articles and mostly about my music and stuff. And like, I'm sure like art shows will pop up. And failed attempts at like blogs and things like that I used to do. I've been doing the moniker Story Grub since I was 28. Story was born when I was 28 years old. He'd been there for a while. And then one day he just took over. You're 31. Well, I'm 1945. I mean, I'm 45. I quit drinking when I was 31. Best thing I ever did. For myself and I was gonna say for the people that I love, but I don't ever talk to the people I love anymore. Funny how that is. Some of them I do. And I'm grateful for that, I guess. Can't change some things, no matter how hard you want to. Part of like recovery from alcohol, and things like that, or like forgiveness, or asking people for forgiveness, or admitting, your mistakes out in the open. It's unfortunate that people know what you went through and they still don't accept you back into their lives in a way that is significant anyways. I don't know. But I'm sorry, I don't want to be all dramatic. And I know that everybody goes through this kind of stuff, so I'm not trying to sound special or something. If anything, I'm just trying to relate. You have to look at I have to look at my idea of my life differently. Well, and that's the thing for me. When I quit drinking, it was I've probably said this so many times on this channel, but I pretty much within a week or two, I was obsessive compulsively creating music and art again. And because when I was a kid, I used to do the same thing and just produce as more stuff than you can imagine. Comic books and drawings, and I used to write songs as a kid before I could play instruments in poems, but I would have a melody in my head for them and stuff, and I could hear all the instruments in my head. And imagine being that kid and just how alone you'd feel around other kids your age. Because it's like I would always want to go deeper to like a deeper level. From a very early age, I wanted to like go talk about heavy stuff, and other kids were just like, "Let's go throw poop off the bridge." Or like it was just like these, country boys that were just gnarly and would just do crazy stuff or pick on you and throw rocks at your head and stuff. And but again, it was my childhood was a lot like a Stephen King novel. But again, I know everybody had that. I was born in '79, so like the '80s were my the '80s were crazy. Do you see the nostrils? Well, I hope you're taking care of yourself, Mandy. It's important to take care of yourself. That's part of that process too, about loving yourself. People will be like, "Oh, it's cheesy, loving yourself," and it's like loving yourself just means doing things that the future you will be grateful that the younger, dumber version of you did while they could, when they could, at the right time. Like taking care of your body, eating right. 10 years later, you're like, damn, I'm glad I quit smoking cigarettes. Damn, I'm happy that I did this, or I chose to do this instead of going down that path. Time time goes by so freaking fast, and don't let it and enjoy every little second you can. Be here now. And that's what it's sometimes it's hard because, like I was sort of saying, when I quit drinking. One second. It's bubbly water. um um I had all of this like energy, but I also like wanted to distract myself, I think, with something, and art was it, and music. I wrote like I wrote a lot of music right after I quit drinking, like albums and albums worth of stuff. Um, and that's when I started recording again on my own, just to get the ideas down as demos. But then eventually I just started doing like home recordings and stuff and releasing those. But anyways, when I had all that energy, it was just like that I was not fixing the problem, which made me such a bad alcohol um intaker. I was just a jerk when I drank. I was really a bad person when I drank, and I don't know. It makes me sad to think about some of the things I did. I kept, and this fucking song's like echoing what I'm talking about. It's funny. That's why I like Sleepy Seahorse. But it was a positive thing, obviously, when I quit drinking and I started just creating all this stuff. But it was actually just a distraction. And you got to be careful that you're not just doing stuff because you can't live in that moment all the time. You know what I mean? I want to live in that moment all the time, but I can't because you got to like pay bills, you got to go to work, and but that's my point is I have a hard time doing that. Like I can't turn my brain off. Even when I would be on the bus at 6 in the morning on my way to work, I'd be sitting there drawing, in my little journal for like the 2 miles that I was on the bus. It's, it's just, it never turns off. And if I'm not drawing, if I'm just sitting down somewhere and not drawing or being creative in some way, I feel like I'm a waste of flesh. And I come down pretty hard on myself sometimes. So I just never stop. But one day I will. I'll just drop. Your mom was born in '71? Crazy. We all do. That's true. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's hard to forgive yourself, truly forgive yourself. But when you do, you can even do it in steps, I think, too, It's about accepting who you are and who you've become and how you've changed. Because you can't start loving yourself until you realize that you can change too. That you don't have to be the same person you were. And you can still, and that's where like the old dog new tricks thing comes in, because you can change. And sometimes it's overnight. Sometimes it has to be overnight. It has to be spontaneous and sudden for some people. I'm like that. But a lot of the time it can also be gradual. People will just gradually change into who they were always meant to be, essentially. And that's what makes this life worth living. Where there are millions of copies. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Where are you from? I'm from what some people might call the hood myself. I grew up in a home with guns in the house, and I've had cops pull guns on me several times. Even my own father. He was in his tidy whities, God's child. He was in his tidy whities, and he told me and my brother, freeze. And he said, where are you guys? What the hell are you guys doing out here? And we said, you told us to do the irrigation. And it was like 4 in the morning and stuff. And he said, I was just kidding, boys. And I said, why are you pointing a gun at us? And he said, I thought you were burglars. And he was in his tidy whities. We were out in the field. He was in the backyard of the house. We were walking by in the field to go change the irrigation at 4 in the morning. It's a true story, but yeah. Anyways, North Minneapolis. Oh, cool, man. Well, I hope it's cool. Anyways, I live in California. And I'm right there with you with everything you're saying. Believe me, I'm here to do two things, my friend. Chew some bubblegum and make some god dang art. Looks like we're almost out of kicking ass. I mean, we're almost out of chewing ass. No, no, that's not it. Shoot, I lost it. Looks like we're almost out of chewing bubblegum. Kicking ass. Dang it. I never can remember how that one goes. I'm gonna have a friend of mine here on Friday who plays drums. He's an old friend of mine. And I'm kind of piecing together a little drum set so he can play it. I don't know if we're gonna be able to play the whole thing, but because it's kind of, the walls are thin, and I don't want to get anybody PO'd, especially at me. I don't know if I could take it. I don't know if my fragile little heart could take it. Anyways, hey Sabotage. Those pictures, I need you to know those pictures are your dreams. This is what I'm saying, dude. You're saying, you're picking up exactly what I'm putting down, or I'm picking up exactly what you're putting down. Now, if you like pudding as much as I do, and you're putting it down, and I'm picking it up, all right. I like Jello. I like the chocolate one. I like the vanilla one as well. I like the tapioca. I like the texture. I have to admit, a lot of people don't like the tapioca because of the texture. Oh shoot! Sorry everybody. There's an earthquake. Oh my gosh! Hold on. Oh no, that's no. Stop. That's not an earthquake. I was just shaking it. I'm sorry guys. I was lying. I was lying to you. I feel like such a jerk. I feel like such a jerk. Anyways, as I was saying, Cyndi Lauper is coming to my house this week. No, I'm just kidding. No. But I'm gonna hopefully start a little project with my friend. I'm gonna add that over there because then I'm gonna fill this in and make it just like and then have this coming out right there. And then this right there can come in down like that. A little shadow down there. Why not? Put this in there where it belongs a little bit. And let's do this too. I'm gonna do it. I'm going for it. That's exactly what my mouth looks like right now. Things are getting a little sketchy. Get it? I hope all of you are having a wonderful night. What year is it? What? The year. 2025. There's a lot of chaos going on in that little spot right there. It's not what I was intending, but that sounds what ended up happening. Golly gosh darn dang. It's like a bomb went off in here. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned it either. Godchild. Excuse me. My dad was a cop. But so I was like raised by a cop basically. He was a sheriff for a long time, then he was a cop. So it was an interesting childhood to say the least, because my brother and I were, kleptomaniacs and chain smoking little hoodlums, kinda. But kind in ways that most children weren't to critters and elderly type people. We held the door open. We helped people with groceries. We knocked bullies in the side of the head and threw rocks at them as we were riding by. What were we talking about? I forgot. I'm just yapping. But my stepdad had kids, and my two oldest stepbrothers were in gangs. So I was sort of around a little bit of gang culture, but not obviously a lot. Because I would have gotten my ass handed to me if I would have dug a little bit deeper. But I also just stuck to art. It was everything. Interesting childhood, to say the least. My dad was a cop and a cowboy. My uncle was a Green Beret. And I come from a long line of sheriffs. Like from Northern California and like Oregon and stuff. It's weird. They're like war heroes and shit. And I'm over here just like telling dick and fart dukes all night. So it goes. I ain't one of them. I'm my own grub. I'm my own grub. That's right. I'm gonna regret this in the morning. Alright. Oh, crap. Alright, everybody. I gotta split. I gotta make like a banana. And split. But I do appreciate the company. The love. And the positivity. We are creatures of habit. And we inhabit the creatures. And I love it. And I love you. I really do. But I really hope you have a wonderful night. And make somebody happy. Make yourself happy. Give yourself a hug, a little pat on the back, you know? Take care of your friends and your family. And be kind. I love you. Thanks for everything.